Good morning, SPs. Can everyone hear me okay? Please let me know. So, my caveat is that I'm going to feature everybody that I see doing good and that you guys just have to get over it. You guys need to stop putting energy and attention into the negativity. That's a soapbox I need to stand on more often. If you see people out there trashing others for the sake of clicks and like, why are you feeding into that? Why are you feeding into that? All right. I'm a little pissy today, guys. I'm not feeling well. I finished late last night and then forgot to email my links to my mods. So sorry to the mods. I just crashed. I haven't been feeling well. You guys are what keeps me going, though. All right, let's see. I gotta find where the first one starts. Yeah, because this one is for next week, and it's just in the wrong spot. Let me see something. Yeah, that one's for next week, for Throwback Thursday. All right. I am trying to get my shit together, guys. I really haven't been feeling well. Share screen. And this one is one from Eyes to See. Eyes to See. I really appreciate her. She does a lot of child-focused content. She calls into the public works calls. Anyway, here's an example of one here's a perfect example. Here's one she did called A Happy Ending. Child Scientologist leaves Scientology with family.
But he could only visit me during short class break time. My mother, however, was never able to visit because she was working at the church's international headquarters, the top secret gold base where David Miscavige currently resides. Some other children had better luck and more frequent visits, but my parents' roles in the church didn't offer us that luxury of time. If our productivity levels surpassed expectations and our written requests for approval were signed by 2 to 3 higher-ups. Funny how some of the ex-Scientologists never talk about this. The ranch would let us leave for the day on birthdays or major holidays. On these rare occasions
that they're allowed to have a birthday. By the way, I realized during that, the reason I took so long during that is I realized I didn't have the mic set up right. Does it sound better? Can you hear a difference? Let me know.
We got to visit some family members outside of Scientology. But any attempt by my family members to convince me that Scientology was wrong would only mean that I would not be allowed to visit them again. And based on what I'd been taught, I would think they were evil and needed saving, without anyone from the outside challenging the way we lived as kids. Our lives after the ranch were fairly predetermined. Our parents were in the Sea Org.
It's really sad. It's really sad. Anyway, Eyes to See is keeping her eyes on this. Thank you, Eyes. I appreciate the work you do. Next, we have a video of a recruitment drive taken in Dublin, Ireland by Kirby's mom. Here we go. Kirby's mom keeping an eye on things in Dublin. Thank you, Kirby's. She also captured an Irish Farmers Association protest. So I'm just going to play a little short clip from that.
Mr. Busby's here.
Scrolling. Well, we'll go to the next one anyway. So we need to treat our farmers well, guys. They feed us all. So Kirby's mom's been out there following other protests. And next we have Audit LA went with Laura and Ashley to author services. Audit LA was featured in the Freedom magazine. Wasn't that nice? Here we go.
I'm an author too, yes. It's like, and they put me in you believe it? They put me in their Scientology magazine and they won't give me a copy? Where's the love?
Scrolling again. I've got Thetans in the computer today. Well, they went to author services and were asking for a copy of Freedom magazine because Audit wanted to see herself in the glossies, as they used to say. So here we have next. Audit LA went to the police commission last week, and she caught William Good on fire.
Good morning. Now, Teresa, you just made it clear that nobody in the community runs this meeting. You don't run it either. Yeah. Karen Bass really runs it. I just watched you guys do 20 minutes of some scripted PR for Karen Bass's re-election. It was all bullshit. This order asking them to do the things they're already doing. It's just PR bullshit. You want to do that thing in your own time, do it then. You know, you're canceling meetings every other week and you're limiting public comment. Why don't you show the community respect and don't subject us to that bullshit? Now, you want to go ahead and, be a hero for Karen Bass. Let's be a hero for the rape victim that the LAPD cop, Gabriel Spadas, raped. Put her on a 5150 hold. As soon as she got out of the hole, contacted her, said, I did you a favor by keeping you out of jail. 2 days later, he was having anal sex with her. 2 days later, he was fisting her. And 2 days later, he was trying to make her have sex with dogs.
She was on a 5150 hold. He thought she was unstable and yet went to go have sex with her afterwards. Make it make sense.
No, fuck you. Raping women with dogs and nobody says anything. You guys are quiet. You talk about ICE and everything else, but his department has not set rape women with dogs.
Excuse me.
This is a really hard topic, guys. Sorry, I should have given a trigger alert. If you have to step away again, I'm sorry about that. William Good is on fire. Do we want to move ahead a little bit and see where Audit spoke? Let's see if we can find it real quick. Well, here's Laura.
Came and went and infiltrated Scientology's building, they could free people back to the countries where they're not being fucking enslaved here.
Well, it was the tail end, but I think Audit's next.
To D-Way Abdullah, Michael Williams.
I guess she's going away. I guess I missed Audits. So, still out at the police commission, even though they keep canceling every other meeting. They keep canceling it. They don't want to hear the people complaining. They don't want to give the people the right to speak out. They just want to promote for Karen Bass, as William Good pointed out. Next, we have a surprise. Windy City was in Orange County. He's so close to me. I don't know. Should I be upset he didn't try to contact me and hook up? He's only like an hour and a half north of me, if that. He went to the Santa Ana org, so it's really exciting to see a different org. All right, here we go.
right? That they're allowed to date anybody. Are they allowed to be in any religion? Absolutely, which is a fairly true statement. If you take the lowest level courses in Scientology, sorry, we're going to walk around this building and I'm going to pontificate for a bit, then we'll head back over to the org. If you take the lowest level courses, right, how to do self-help, you know, it's almost meditation, right? I'm going to say that it's introspection that they're trying to show in some of those classes. At that level, yes, you could be any religion.
Scrolling. Sheesh. All right. Let's move along to the next one. Maybe we'll have better luck. Next one, Scientology Geek was out. It's just she's showing documents with music. I'm just going to read a section from where it's on the screen. They're talking about the annual birthday game, consisting of setting quotas for the coming year. This is a tradition which is here to stay and can be used as the standard period over which quotas are set and X lines projected forward on the future graphs. However, we still need some way to get annual quotas set and a big think planning done, which will clear the planet within an acceptable time. Well, these documents are from the 80s, I believe. So, yeah. How many more years do you need to clear the planet? So far, all you've managed to do is clear out some of these orgs. Here, I'll play a second of it. Ugh. So it said in it that they set an objective to clear the planet and that they needed a long time looking into the future clear the planet plan. But yeah, so far they've just big fail. Big fail, Osa. You can't clear the planet. You can't even clear anything but your own orgs. Next, I have another one from Eyes to See. Explosive Truths Ron Hubbard Jr. tells in court when he went there in 82 to try to sue Scientology. Oop. Come on.
Did he write the book off the top of his head? Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. Did he do any real research? No research at all. When he has answered that question over the years, his answer is
talking about Dianetics, of course.
Changed according to which biography he was writing. Sometimes he used to write a new biography every week. He usually said that he had put 30 years of research into the book, but no, he did not. What he did really was take bits and pieces from other people and put them together in a blender and stir them all up. And out came Dianetics. All the examples in the book, some 200 real-life experiences, were just the result of his obsessions. With the Bordians, I told you guys, and unconscious states. In fact, the vast majority of those incidents were invented off the top of his head. The rest stemmed from his own secret life, which was deeply involved in the occult and black magic. That involvement goes back to when he was 16.
Since he was 16, he was fascinated and involved with black magic.
Living in Washington, D.C. He got hold of the book by Aleister Crowley. Yeah, it was just all organic, everyone. Called the Book of the Law. He was very interested in several things that were the creation of what some people call the Moonchild. It was basically an attempt to create an immaculate conception, except by Satan rather than by God. Another important
Hubbard was trying to bring about Satan. Imagine that, guys.
Idea was a creation of what they'll call embryo implants, of getting a satanic or demonic spirit to inhabit the body of a fetus. Interesting. This would come about as a result of black magic rituals, which included the use of hypnosis, DRUGS, and other dangerous and destructive practices. One of the important things was to destroy the evidence if you failed at this immaculate conception. That's how my father became upset.
I should probably stop playing it here anyway. It goes over what ISTC calls abortions and how they had tried to eliminate the pregnancy, we'll say, of L. Ron Hubbard Jr., Ron DeWolf. And they had tried to do that to him. And when he was born, he weighed only 2 pounds. He says he wasn't born, that it was actually a failed abortion attempt. Anyway, it's really shocking to hear all this, so I'm not going to play any more of that. All right, next we have another one from Windy City where he's out in front of the Santa Ana org.
So let's see if we can get them to close the blinds. I remember that it's what, CAS and KAS? So Scientology, come in for a tour. Thank you, Hans, for the correction. And I'll start through some of the 8 dynamics, right? Self and then couple, right? So
Windy City keeping an eye out when he's out on business travels, looking at the Santa Ana org. Completely dead, guys. Completely empty. Next, I want to share Sweetie Pie, Dan Walks LA, did a cult check with Laura and Ashley.
Childhood, because we were slaves.
Again, scrolling.
Then when I finally come out and I'm exposing this, now you're going to say I can't speak to my mom and dad about this? No. If you've taken it already from me, I'm going to expose the fuck out of this thing. Period. So there you go. There's a lot of crazy people on Hollywood. That's what he said. Did you hear him? What did you just say? North Korea. North Korea.
Yes, that's exactly right.
In America, I just said, this is North Korea and the USA. Right here, Scientology.
Love seeing Dan out there again. Love that he's supporting Laura and Ashley, and they're keeping an eye on things in Hollywood for us. Next, I have one from Breaking Scientology going over the E-meter's lingering influence and misconceptions. It's hypnotism, guys. Oh, I didn't share the tab, guys. Here, let's back it up. I don't think you heard any of that. Let's see, where do I, how far back do I have to go?
Scientology may still be a device outside of mental and emotional states. This conditioning process reinforces activity by adjusting voltage, combination of operant measuring device. It influences the E-meter is more than just a passive measuring device. It influences the person being audited through a combination of operant conditioning and neurological entrainment. Rather than merely detecting skin resistance, it subtly affects brainwave activity by adjusting voltage and current in response to biological reactions. This conditioning process reinforces certain mental and emotional states.
It's brainwashing. It's hypnotism.
Making the subject more susceptible to suggestion and dependent on the auditing process. Even those who continue to use the device outside of Scientology may still be experiencing the long-term effects of this entrainment, whether they recognize it or not.
Appreciate you breaking Scientology, showing facts about the e-meter and how it manipulates thought processes. Next, I have one from Apostate Alex. What the Australian cult inquiry means for Scientology in the UK.
Top 5 harmful behaviors experienced are mind control techniques or indoctrination, pressure to remain in the group or fear of punishment if leaving, fear-based teachings of apocalyptic beliefs, isolation from family and friends, and emotional abuse. Now, groups have responded to the allegations, so ABC has contacted each of the groups individually. Scientology, the Revival Center, and the Geelong Revival Center did not respond to requests for comment. In a statement, the Church of Scientology said that anti-Scientology submissions were unfounded.
Scientology, Church of Jesus, is the cult he's looking into here, but he's comparing it to Scientology, and Scientology came out and made statements about it. I'm going to play a few seconds more.
The Church of Scientology Australia,
scrolling, sorry,
shares the concerns expressed by mainstream faith leaders about the risk of this inquiry overstepping its mandate and adversely affecting legitimate and long-standing religious practices, the statement said. With respect to specific allegations, we note that the inquiry is conducted under parliamentary privilege, which permits submissions containing claims that might otherwise expose their authors to defamation proceedings.
Check this out. This is Apostate Alex. He is in the UK exposing Scientology on the daily. Next, I have an invitation from Tori. Tori's going to be out protesting tonight. Reese is going to be there, as well as some other protesters, her friend Peter, and I can't remember the other guy's name. I want to say Dylan. He uses a different name. I think he uses Roan when he protests or online. And let's see what Tori has to say.
In the LA, at the complex, we're going to have a protest. And Relatable Reese is coming, and a bunch of her friends. Peter's going to be there, Drew, me, and
it's Drew, who I couldn't remember the name of. Sorry.
It's going to be fun. So come. And everybody's invited, and I just wanted to let you know. That's all. So if you can come, it'll probably start at about 7. Drew and I always are where we are, which is underneath the big Scientology sign. You're welcome to protest wherever you want, all around Scientology. And Scientology, you're welcome to come too. If you're in Scientology and you're trying to get out, come on out and join us.
So if you're in the LA area and want to join in the fight, there's going to be a protest tonight in front of Big Blue. A bunch of people are going to be there. It should be a really fun time, a meet and greet, so to speak, of like minds. That's all I have tonight, although it never hurts to mention that SX the Club in Puerto Rico, San Juan specifically, is now situated right next to a Scientology org. And as we all know, Scientology despises homosexuality and thinks of them as degraded beings. So if you're in San Juan or in Puerto Rico and want to contact SX the Club, I think that would be a good thing to let them know what their new neighbors think of them. And I think they should have a party or something, at least, where they mock Scientology and expose the facts to their members. They need to be made aware. They need to be made aware of what's happening in their own next door, their own backyard. It's disgusting. So that is it today, guys. I don't have a supportive squirrel of the day even. So YouTube has been timing me out, and then I've been not well, so I went to bed early last night. Let's see. Do I have something I can play? Well, we could play a video from our sponsor. We have a proud sponsor for today's show, guys. It's one of my favorites. Is your protest gray, drab, and sad? Well, you can do better. Come on into Dusty's Soda Dispenser's tie-dye shop today. Find everything that your protest needs to bring it to life. Make it bright, fun, and more eye-catching. You can rev it up to 10x and get some movement in your feet. You can be a happy protester. Just pop into Dusty's Soda Dispenser's shop on his channel today. There you will find all you need to protest Scientology. With vigor and glee, we can turn that frown upside down. Dusty's has sizes from XXX small to 6X large, all at reasonable prices. Don't miss! Come on in to Dusty's today while supplies last. So if you guys want to be kind and hang out some more, I suggest you go to Cricket Cinema. He's going to upload a show really shortly, and we're going to have music, and we can all get together and chat about the shenanigans going on in the protest world. Guys, you guys need to stop focusing on the drama and focus on the target. It's disgusting how many people are so wrapped up in the drama and are not here for good intentions, but they're just here for the drama. And every time you support that drama, you're taking eyes away from the target. You're help feeding into the trouble and the psychosis that's being spread. And you're giving OSA a win. Anyway, I'm starting to lose my voice. So I am going to get off my soapbox and get going. Bye, guys. Go out and do something fun today.